All right. Welcome to kind of a combination show here tonight. Doing something a little bit different than I had been doing on the Journey Through My Brain channel. Kind of combining two different channels this evening into one recording. You'll notice I don't have my typical The Journey Through My Brain backdrop here because I want to introduce Sisu to Success. Now, I know that in the last couple weeks, let's see, when was this? I had made some mention that we were going to. I made mention that I was back on LinkedIn on Sisu to Success. I was like, I'm back. And then, once again, crickets for a little bit more time. And I was like, you know what? It's time to let you know what is going on. So I intended on Sisu to Success being up and running by now. I wanted the channel to kind of be my main channel when it comes to talking everything success. Success in life, success in business, success in family, success in general. And I really was pushing it a bit this spring. Then we made some moves, and that's kind of when everything went downhill for a little bit. And about a month ago, I would say, I said, I'm back. I'm ready. I am going to get the channel ramped up and be on, ready to go. That hasn't happened. That was a few weeks back. Showing it probably about a month now. So what happened? Well, a lot has happened. Back in June, we're going to start with this story. I know the Journey Through My Brain audience knows a little bit about the backstory here, but some of my other channels, my social media, does not know the backstory to my channel or to my personal life, so to speak. In June, and I knew this was coming on. This is coming for quite some time. I've known for several years that this was happening. But in June, I was finally diagnosed with heart failure. So I've been kind of having good days and bad days. Very tired at times. Working a full-time job. Trying to do some social media work here, some YouTube work, and really the only thing I got off the ground so far was my channel Sisu to Success, or The Journey Through My Brain. And that's kind of been intermittent, just about how I was feeling and everything like that. It wasn't really anything spectacular. Because I've been kind of holding off a little bit of getting that channel going or getting any of my channels going until I knew a little bit more what was going on with me. Well, and I didn't want to get too involved. I wanted to work on my projects once I got better and healed and everything like that. And the day never came. The day was not coming at all. But lo and behold, the day to get better has arrived. So, on the 2nd of September, I am due to go into surgery. It is full open heart surgery, and I will be having a valve replaced in my heart, put in a mechanical valve. Should last me the rest of my life. Hopefully that's a long ways down the road so I can spend more time with you guys. And so that's what's happening. Initially, from June to actually last couple weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, I found out. Okay, well, I'm not going to get into surgery until October, the end of October. Now you're wondering, how can somebody with heart failure wait that long to get into surgery? Well, there are different levels of heart failure. Mine, I have a valve that's not working. So what that means is the blood's going the right direction. Unfortunately, the valve isn't closing properly anymore to keep it from going backwards into the heart. And so that's allowing about 48% of my blood to backflow in my heart. So I'm not getting proper circulation. So we are going to fix that. We're going to put in an artificial valve. And hopefully in a few weeks, I'll be back to normal. Maybe better than I was in the past. I've known about this possibility of this coming up for several years. I've been having my heart monitored for several years now. But it finally got bad enough in June to put me on a heart failure list and to get me listed for surgery. So it isn't something that snuck up on me. As I said, I've known about it. It is something that I was born with, a defect. Usually in that heart valve, there's what they call 3 flaps. And I was born with 2 flaps. So what they call a tricuspid valve, the 3 flaps, is really a bicuspid valve in the aorta. So we're going in and putting in a valve that will, and bicuspid valves, yes, over time they do wear out, especially with active people. So they do wear out, and mine has worn out. So that is the story behind what I am doing, where I am heading, and what is going on with me. Now, I fully intend to be back here to Sisu to Success and the Journey Through My Brain here in a few weeks once I'm healed up a little bit more. This is actually going to be a very interesting story for Sisu to Success because of the hopeful success of my surgery, the journey. I look forward to the surgery, not necessarily looking forward to the recovery, but in the name of Sisu to Success is Sisu. Perseverance. It means perseverance and multiple other meanings behind it, but it is kind of a Finnish word for grit and perseverance and steadfastness, and there's a whole book written on that one word. But we are going to show success. We are going to come through the surgery, no problem. Might be a little slow in the recovery, we'll see. But I'm going to do everything I can to get back to these 2 channels. So that's where I'm at. I don't, if I kind of sound like I'm going off cuff here, that's the nature of my channel. But I wanted to give you a personal notification of what's going on. So yes, I was actually scheduled for this coming Friday on the 29th of August, but I got bumped. I was the first on the callback list, on the cancellation list. So I moved up from end of October to the end of August. And then somebody else had a more urgent need for cardiac surgery than I do. I'll last a few more days. Been going this long already with a bad heart, so a couple more days shouldn't hurt. But we'll get through it. Tuesday, September 2nd is when I will be going in for my surgery. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea of, okay, this guy says he's here. He's got this channel for success. He's got the channel, The Journey Through My Brain. But where is he? What has he been doing? Why isn't he putting out content? I put out content when I can, as I feel like it right now. Some days are better than others. In fact, this evening I was debating whether I was going to actually make it here, because just kind of feeling a little shaky today, and even after eating food, it was like, I just don't feel right. That's been my life. I've been getting out, doing work, having fun, doing activities. I went to the Minnesota State Fair this last weekend, walked around, no problems. I go out and help my parents on their acreage. Some days are better than others. I get tired, yes, but I make it through. Do a lot of lawn mowing, a lot of riding around on lawnmowers and tractors and things like that, doing what I can. But I know where my limits are. So this isn't goodbye. This is, we'll see you later. And I hope to be back here in a couple weeks on Sisu to Success and A Journey Through My Brain. I'll hopefully keep you informed as the process goes on. After surgery, we'll maybe try to get an update out when I feel good enough to do that. But I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So until later, till next time, I hope you have a wonderful time. Stop back, follow my YouTube channel, follow me on my social media. The Journey Through My Brain and Sisu to Success, 2 separate social media accounts, 2 separate YouTube accounts. And I hope you follow. Keep updated with my progress, with my recovery after going through surgery. So until then, take care and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.